Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. There's Kathy's name, how you spell it, in her website if you want to find her. Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. Websites for them, torihartman.com. There's also watkinspublishing.co.uk or watkinspublishing.com. Feel free to freeze frame there if you need to like access that information in whatever way you see fit. What do we have for Libra? It looks like it's going to turn out really good, but it looks also very confusing. So that's what's going on with it. It seems a little bit like it's a little bit of a mess, really. It does seem like a little bit of a mess. Oh. This is going on. Gossip is going on. Gossip. There's a lot of gossip in this situation. I think that's why this situation feels like such a mess. I'm also getting destiny coming in. Like, this is going to work out the way it needs to work out. People might be talking a lot and saying a lot of things, but there's something here already in line, and it's going to go where it needs to go. Stress around the situation. I do see... I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to show you, like, this does end up where you want it to. The balance, because I'm like, why are you so happy when this looks so crazy? Because when all is said and done, you're going to see everything works out fairly. I feel like you're going to be like, yeah, that's how that should have worked out. How it got there may be a little bit dodgy, but when all was said and done, people got their just desserts. And it wasn't at your hand. It wasn't at your hand is also what I'm getting. Because I see that you're trying to pull back your energy a little bit. And you're trying to... Because I feel like you got the... These are both page energies. I'm now realizing that the princes and princesses both are pages. Water and earth, princesses are pages, and fire and air, it's the princes. They're the pages because they're the masculine energies. These are the feminine energies. The reason I'm pulling this in is like I do see you trying to pull back and watch and be very careful. You do this. Situation does matter a lot to you. Feels to me like it matters a lot, but I'm seeing your energy pull back because you're like, there's a lot of gossip. I don't really know what's going on, and I'm trying to figure it out, but the deeper I get, the more screwball it looks. It's kind of like, what are these people doing? I hear from this person this thing, I go over there, and they're like, well, that has nothing to do with it. And I'm like, what? And they tell me their thing, and I'm like, wait. So I go over to this next spot, and they have a whole different story. I try to verify that, and I can't verify that to save my life. And I'm like, what is going on? Like none of like it's like I'm dealing with 3 different worlds. It's kind of like I'm going to 3 different countries and asking 5 different questions, and it's like we're working in the same spot. Do we all know this? Like, why does it seem so different? It's like everybody's got a different perception about what's going on here. It's kind of like looking at a table, and everybody has their own angle. And they're centering on, like, if you're thinking of a still life, like you have a table with a bowl and a bunch of fruit on it, and pitchers, or glass pitchers and trinkets and whatever. And when people are looking at it from their angle, like, somebody's like, I see an orange. And all they're saying is, like, I see an orange. I just see the orange. Like, they're just like, it's just about the orange. Somebody else looks at a different angle. They see a string of pearls, and, like, I see pearls. I just see the pearls. It's just about the pearls. Somebody else is looking at a different angle, like, I see a wood frame. I see a wood frame, just a wood frame. That's all I see is this wood frame. Everybody's like, they're all looking at the same thing, but they're centering so strongly on their one piece that they're ignoring everything else going on around it. And it's kind of like, none of this seems to be meshing together. It doesn't make sense. It's all on the same table, but these people are not acknowledging that. And it's really kind of like, what is going on here? You're trying to figure it out. I'm getting like a wing and a prayer here with the prayer card and the moon card. Like, I'm trying to show people how this matches up, but the way they're talking about it, I'm not even sure like how close the orange is to the pearls. Is the pearls closer to the orange, or is it closer to the frame? What type of frame is it? What are they talking about? where did these pearls, like, are they fake pearls? Are they real pearls? Are they black pearls? Like, what are going on? Are black pearls a thing? I think they are. What are they? What's going on here? This orange, is it a nectarine? Is it big orange, a small orange? Is it actually a grapefruit? You're trying to get details. You're trying to understand what's really going on. They think it's an orange. Is it actually an orange? But you can't even get that far because you're like, they're not even acknowledging that it's on the table with the rest of this stuff. It's like, I don't even know what to do with it. That's another reason why you're pulling back your energy. That, and it's kind of like, if I try to push, it doesn't get clearer. It gets more muddy. I feel like you're going to figure out really quickly. And maybe this is a heads up for some of you. The more you push, the worse it gets. So it's kind of like, it's meant for you to pull back. Let the situation sort itself out. It may seem like that's not the responsible thing to do, but I feel like if we pull back, when these energies come together on their own, they're going to have to sort it out for themselves. And I feel like that's ironically better. They're not really working with you, but it's just they're so centered on their own situation. There will be another phase coming in, because I'm getting this Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is very peculiar in this one, because I feel like it's like the beginning stage versus the next stage, or like the current stage versus the next stage. It's kind of like walk away from what's currently going on, let it kind of like settle out for itself, and when it finally comes to a little settle, and people start acknowledging, oh look, it's on a table with other things there, then you can get involved and be like, oh, okay, now that we're acknowledging there's more than just what we're looking at, there's a lot of other things going on here, and they all work together to create this still life. It's not just an orange, it's not just these pearls, it's not just this frame. They all are coming together to create this whole image. We have to then acknowledge, then when that's being acknowledged, that's your second part here. That's you walking away from what's kind of already happening and going into this next level when things are being more acknowledged. I feel like you got to kind of wait it out until people start acknowledging things. There's good energy coming in. When that happens, because by you pulling back, I feel like if you don't pull back, I think this is a better way to say this, because I'm seeing you pull back and it gets better. But if you don't pull back, it's like people are blaming you for something that has nothing to do with you. If you try to like get people to think about, like, okay, I see your orange, how close is it to the pearls? Why are you trying to get me to talk about the pearls? I'm not dealing with the pearls. I'm dealing with the orange. Yeah, but it's connected to the frame. Why would I care? It has nothing to do with me. And you're like, it does. It does not. Like, they just blame you for pointing out the obvious. I feel like they freak out on you and try to make it look like you're the problem. You're not the problem. If you pull back, though, they got to deal with that on their own. And when one comes in and says, you know, I need somebody to help me with these pearls, and somebody else is like, what are you talking about pearls? I'm dealing with the orange. Why do I care about your pearls? Well, I'm looking at the table. There's pearls. There's pearls I got to draw. They're right here on the still life. What are you talking about? And they're like, oh, okay, I see it from your angle. I'm looking at the orange. Well, yeah, you're going to have to draw my pearls later because my pearls are behind your orange. Yeah, well, what about that? Well, that's that frame. Well, where's the frame? Oh, that's the other person over there. They're dealing with the frame. Well, behind the frame is the pearls and the orange. You can see right through it. Okay, so now when they start talking to each other, they work it out like, oh, you need that, I need this. Or you're going to have to use my part later. Oh, okay, let's talk about that. They have to sort it out for themselves. While you're trying to help them fix it, they're just not cooperative. I just feel like they're not. I don't know why they want to blame you, but they'd rather, instead of seeing another person's point of view, they'd rather blame you for making it confusing, even though you're not. I don't know. It's how I see it coming forward. They have to work. The challenge is for them to get along with each other without your influence at first. Once they start seeing that everybody else has a piece and they're all needing to work together, that's when the Knight of Cups, you can come in and help things work out further. Kind of like, oh, now that we're acknowledging that we're not the only person here, you mean the world doesn't revolve around you, or how's that saying go? You know, the sun doesn't revolve around you, or however you want to say it. You know what I mean? You're not the center of the universe. We're acknowledging that now? Oh, great. Since we're all going to work together, let me help you do that. They have to come out of this stressful moment themselves. Ten of Wands is saying it's not going to be a complete fail, but it might get rough for a while. rough but not fail. The miracle and the happiness will come out of them like acknowledging each other, realizing each other, they're dependent on each other for success. If they really want success, they got to work with each other. When they're acknowledging that and they're accepting that, that's when things go more to your favor. That's when we go into the whole next phase of this with the World card. I did show the Ten of Cups before, but I'm also seeing in the future the Ten of Pentacles. These are excellent companion cards in my opinion. That's people being happy and stable and working together, realizing that if they want success, if they want things to go well, they need to help each other. They need to work with you and each other. You can help them work that out. You can help them, like, oh, you're doing that, well, so-and-so's doing this, and you guys kind of complement each other. And by the way, this one over here, they're going to come in later, and this is all going to complement. You're going to help them. They're going to help you. Everybody's going to help each other. It seems like it's literally going to go that way. It seems a little bit utopian. I know that. But, you know, this is a period in time. For a while, it'll go nicely. Once they get over this rough spot, for a while, it'll go nicely. I'm not going to say the rest of this situation for the end of time will, but for a while it'll go nicely. It's supposed to work out. This is also one of those moments where the people involved, they have a chance to realize the more they consider and help each other, the better it goes for them. It seems to be that's the purpose of this moment. Like, the more you consider and help someone else, the better it comes back to you. The more you help them, the more they help you. The more you give, the more you get. It's kind of like that balance. The more you give, the more you get. And they have to give more. And then it's like they're giving, and then it comes back towards them, and then they get. It's like it's realizing you have to be more giving. I don't feel like the getting is a problem with these people. Like, getting what they want, I don't feel like they have a hard time accepting stuff. I feel like it's more about giving it out and giving it out correctly in a way that makes sense. Not just kind of like, oh, I don't want this can of yams, so I'll just throw that out there. Anybody who wants it can have it. Instead of giving in that sense, it's giving more like, oh, they're going to make a lasagna dinner. I do have a couple cans of pickles and lasagna and olives. I wonder if they want the pickles. Not sure, but the olives might go good for the salad. So I'll ask them if they want the olives for the salad, because the salad goes with the lasagna. It's kind of like giving something that makes sense for the purpose needed. And I feel like that's the giving that they're realizing. Like, not just giving what, like, oh, I don't want that, so you can have it. But kind of like giving with purpose. Giving like, oh, I have extra olives, and I know they're going to have a salad with that lasagna. I also have, you know, I could get some tomatoes. I'm not sure what type of tomatoes they want. I could either go towards the sauce or towards the salad as well. I'll ask them, because I do have a bunch of tomatoes. That way, you know, whatever suits their needs, I'll give them the appropriate ones. Giving with purpose, giving as the need requires. Not just kind of like, well, I have these yams, I don't want them, so you can have them. And if it doesn't go with what they're doing, it's just, you know, they're realizing giving with purpose, giving with need, giving appropriately is what's coming out of this. And it comes back. The same thing, like, the more they're considerate of what they need and giving what is needed, the more that comes back to them. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.